away either as well, so we're just going to go ahead and start there. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is grab ourselves a engineer's disguise, because we need that to get upstairs to attend the meeting. Because we want the meeting to start, because we don't want it any delayed any more than it is. So go ahead and grab that engineer's disguise right there. Next we need to take out the camera over there. So stand over here and just go ahead and shoot it. If it says bullet impact noticed, I would recommend just restarting the mission, to be honest. It's not worth the time waiting around for the guard to get back to his normal routine. So if bullet impact notice happens there, just go ahead and restart the mission. So what we're going to need to do now is talk to this guy, wait for the conversation to play out. He won't take you upstairs unless you're wearing this outfit, so that's why you make sure you're doing it. So now we're taking out the camera, and now we finish that conversation, we're going to make our way upstairs. Just watch out for the enforcer up here, is that engineer right there. Don't worry about that camera grid, it can't spot you. We're going to head into this office here, office ID. And once we're in here, we're just going to have to hang around for a bit. And that guy that's just coming out of the bathroom, he is going to need to come in this room so we can take him out. We need to take out everyone in this area, actually. So we'll be over here momentarily. So once we're taking him out, we're going to put his disguise on. And that will allow us access to pretty much everywhere without getting spotted. So here he comes. Make sure you close the door behind him once he comes in the room. And then go ahead and subdue him. Once we've done that, we're just going to drag the body over here, because we're not going to hide it just yet. Just leave it here, put the disguise on. Next step is to close this door, that's really important. Grab this android arm. And we're going to knock out this researcher here on the right. Just going to wait for him to get into this position right here. Silent attack, pacify. Same thing with this guy here. And with these two researchers, you want to go ahead and hide their bodies in the nearby locker. So there's going to be a locker just in this room here. Just go ahead and hide both of these bodies in here. That was a bit of an annoyance to knock out several people, but with this particular elusive target, there's only one way to get him to leave that room, really, scriptedly, for script reasons, anyway. Everything else to get him out of that room requires extra equipment, and if you're a free starter pack player, you're not going to have that equipment. So once we've hidden those two bodies, with this guy right here, we're going to hide him in the same room. There's no more space in that locker, but we're going to keep him in that room. It doesn't matter because no one else goes in there anyway. But that means the whole area's clear now. So now all we got to do is wait for Mark Faber to come into that room. So just go and check on him. So he will still be in the meeting. So come over here, make sure when you close the door behind you when you exit that room. So he'll be in the conference room over here. So he'll be having a conversation with that guy we spoke to downstairs. It's just about wrapping up. And then he's going to head into that room that we was in initially. So he's going to be walking quite slow. So I'm actually going to skip to the point where he's actually in the room, you know. But what I need you to do is just make sure you wait in this room for him.
Is Mark Faber? Mr. Faber.
So once Diana stops rabbiting on, go ahead and talk to Mark Faber if you want to listen to the dialogue.
I know the designs I sent were unique.
That's going to leave him into the lab area. But what we need to do is actually take out both of the guards before we have a chance to do that, because we don't want to get spotted, and we want to retain our silent assassin rating. So he's going to go in the lab. The guards want to follow him, and this guard right here we're going to knock out. So as soon as that other guy got his back turned to us, we go ahead and silent attack that guard there and put him in the crate. Pick up his weapon off the floor, and then take out your coin and throw it on the floor next to the crate. What it's going to do is distract the second guard. He's going to come to investigate, and with the android arm in hand, we can go ahead and knock him out as well. And then immediately go into the lab, and then slam his eyeball into the pen. Once you've done that, that will complete both objectives, and now we can safely exit the mission. Just make sure you hide this body on your way out.
Target eliminated. Hopefully, this will be the last time we have to do.
I'm also going to retrieve the weapon as well,
The money is being
and now we can head to an
transferred
exit.
to 47.
Just be careful of any enforcers on the way out. I think Robert Knox is an enforcer right here.
Everything's under control, sir.
And then head on to an exit. The only problem I have with Miami as well, once you're in this Chronstar building, the exit is quite far away. I'm going to fast forward until the exit anyway, just to save time. For level 2, we have no specific objective other than to take him out. So we're just going to use the default equipment again. Same start location, of course. So the first one was technically called the Undying. The second level is going to be called the Undying Returns, where you got the eye patch this time. But it's giving you free reign this time, so you can take him out anywhere you like. So what I'm going to do is come over here to the coat check,
You will not wait around.
and then grab an Engineer's Disguise. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to this guy.
You must be Dave.
We're not going to do the same thing.
Yes, you're the one I've
We
been
are going to use the
expecting.
android to take him out this time.
Special guest.
I am.
Okay.
So if you didn't notice, there's like a robot
You inside the
in
meeting,
that room, that lab area.
what you do from
And if you
there is
scan Mark Faber's picture on there,
Just how
you can take him out using that.
outfit looks appropriate.
So once you've completed this conversation with that guy there, we're going to head on outside. Go across this grass here. There's going to be a camera just above the parking bay. Just go ahead and shoot that, take that out, grab the crowbar. Use the crowbar in this little gate right here. Now we're going to climb the stairs to the top. And there's going to be a guard at the top of the stairs. He's going to be just guarding the door. We are actually going to take him out and take his disguise. It's a pretty powerful disguise for this area where we're going to be. So it's probably a good idea. So just before you get to the top, just throw a coin in the corner there. And take out the crowbar that you picked up and throw it at his head once he goes over to investigate. Once you've done that, just retrieve everything that's on the floor. The gun, the crowbar and the coin. Then drag his body just over here behind the wall. Then put his disguise on. Once you've done that, we're going to head through this door or then jump out the window. And then climb the pipe. The reason why we're going this way upstairs is because there's a guard on the stairs at the top and he is an enforcer to this disguise, so we don't want to get spotted. So once you're up here, we're going to take the corridor all the way down. We've been spotted by a camera, but don't worry, we're going to take that out anyway. And once this guard has his back to us, we are going to grab the Mark Faber files that are on the desk. Just make sure you grab the right one, because there is other files on the desk too. So now we're moving away, we can grab the Mark Faber files. And once you've done that, we're going to close the door behind us as we come out and retrace our steps. But just before we go and leave the area, we're going to go into the server room and make sure that we take out the evidence from the camera spotting us. So make sure all the guards' backs are to you in the room. Go ahead and take out the recording, jump out the window, and then climb over this ledge here and drop down. Then we're going to pass through this area.
Hello, HR? Yes,
All the
it's
way into the lab
Smith
area.
down at the Bayside Center.
Close the door behind you. Now we need to scan the picture on this this android here, but we need to make sure that everyone's back is turned before we do it. It is a legal action, and it takes a few seconds to do as well. So don't try and do it and try and chance your luck, because it's just not worth it. Just wait for everyone's back is turned before you attempt it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and scan the Mark Faber files. There we go. And that's everything set up. All we've got to do now is just head on into an exit. You can stand around and wait around and watch if you like, but it's entirely up to you. It's less risky if you just leave, but if you do want to watch, you can hang around if you like. But what I'm going to do is just head to an exit. So the only person we've got to worry about here is that guard. He's an enforcer.
This pivotal moment in
So we're going to slowly walk behind him until we can get to this door on the left. Excellent, so you'll recognise this area from the start of the mission, and now we just head all the way down the stairs and head straight to an exit. And just like we did in the previous level, I'm going to fast forward until we get to the exit, and then you've got to wait perhaps another 4 minutes before the android takes him out, because it does take some time to do, so you'll be standing at the exit for quite a while.
Target eliminated. Hopefully, this will be the last time we have to deal with Mr. Faber. The money is being transferred now, 47. Time to find an exit.
For level 3, we have some trickier complications this time. There's no disguise changes, so you have to just do this silent assassin suit only, and you can't get spotted doing anything illegal or suspicious. It's an instant fail, and then you'll be locked out of this Elusive Target Arcade for 12 hours. So just keep that in mind before you play this.
Dave ready?
And it actually happened to me. I got spotted in the lab area. The lab technician or guy, researcher, turned around the wrong way and instantly spotted me when I didn't expect it. So I am using the main Elusive Target on a second account to show you how to do this. So from the very start, we skip the opening cutscene, and we're going to go over to this area here and subdue this guy, and just to take his keycard. Use the keycard on this door, and then immediately pull out your gun and shoot out the camera that's just above you. Use your instinct to see where it is and then lock on. Quickly run up the stairs, because you've got until about the 50-second mark before another guard comes out on that landing area. There's 2 guards down the end of the corridor. We're just going to wait for them to walk away. That's the guard I was talking about there. Yeah, about 55-second mark here, that's when he comes over to that area. Just before you come around the corner, shoot that camera out as well. We're going to take the cameras out at the end, but we still don't want to get spotted by the cameras at the moment, because we need to be in these places here. Now this guy, we're going to wait for him to head into the bathroom. And once he does that, stay crouched. I'll then go ahead and subdue him. If you don't crouch as you're subduing him there, you'll get spotted through the mirror. So shut the door behind you after you've done that, and then unlock this door. But don't go through it. There's researchers in there, and then we need to make sure that they're in the perfect position for us to knock them out before we go ahead and enter the room. So you need to be patient here with this section. Also, the door inside on the right is open as well. We need to make sure that's closed. So these 2 researchers are going to wait for them to be in the exact same position as me, because otherwise it gets quite tricky. So I'm going to use this opportunity now to head inside and grab the android arm off the floor. I'm going to use that as a melee. So while they're in this position, go ahead and knock out this guy in the middle, then knock this guy out of the desk. Then shut the door and hide both the bodies. So there's going to be a locker in the other room, and we're going to use that locker to hide both these bodies in there. And now you can breathe a sigh of relief now, because that's the hard part out of the way. The only next trickiest part is just getting out and leaving the mission. That's it. There's going to be a bit of waiting around though. That's the only downside to this, but that's the limitations of the Elusive Target, unfortunately. Like, without this scripted area where Mark Faber comes, he doesn't go anywhere else, unfortunately. So without manipulating them with extra tools. There's nothing much you can do. So next step is to grab 2 weapons off that table there and just drop 2 weapons in this room here. I'm going to get rid of that android arm, don't need that. So I'm going to drop both of the weapons I picked up just a couple of paces apart, and that's it. All we've got to do now is just wait for Mark Faber to come into the room. He'll be followed by 2 guards, so what we're going to do is just skip forward to the point where he's actually coming into the room, and we'll go from there. So you just have to wait about 3 or 4 minutes. So here we go. Mark Faber's about to enter the room. You can actually take a peek here as well. They're not going to spot you through the crate. So I should have probably placed them a little bit closer towards the other side of the room, because he keeps going in and out like this. It does take longer. I don't know. For some reason as well, the guard went through the other door. I've never seen that before. But either way, he will inform, or the guards will see both weapons on the floor, and they'll take them both away. So that leaves you and the target all alone. And Mark Faber's not going to move from this position because the person he's coming here to talk to is knocked out. So all that's left for us to do is fiber wiring. Classic silent assassin suit only with a fiber wire. All that remains left is to escape and exit the mission. So just be wary of these 2 guards here, hanging out in the corridor. We're just going to wait for them to stop moving before we exit. So we can open the door, use the door as cover, and then get down the stairs, hugging the wall. Go all the way down the stairs, all the way down to the bottom. It's going to take you into a security room. That's going to allow you the chance to delete any evidence, just in case you've been spotted by any cameras or any potential cameras that might spot you on the way out. So just go ahead and destroy the evidence. Don't worry about the guard in the room, he's asleep. And that's it. All we got to do now is head to an exit up the ramp. Now, if you didn't take out the evidence there, there's a bit tricky. That's it's a bit tricky, that camera up there. So just in case you didn't take out the evidence, I'm going to head to show you this route. I'm coming this way instead. I'm not sure if it's faster or not. Probably is a little bit, because otherwise you'd have to go back out and then cross the green, and yeah. So there we go. Silent assassin suit only. The fiber wire. No matter what you do for this elusive target, without a proper equipment, it's going to take you 5 to 10 minutes to do each run. There we go. That's how you do all 3 levels on this Elusive Target Arcade. And I thought it was alright. The level 2, they could have done something different.